Good day, everyone. I hope you are all doing fantastic. You're healthy and well, happy, realizing the government doesn't love you, and all that stuff. It is June the 12th of 2025, 4:40 p.m., coming to you from the communist shithole that is known as Ontario, Canada. And this time I'm going to talk about Donald Trump, but not just him. Well, also J.D. Vance, his vice president, and Palentir. So I, just as much as a lot of people, want to believe Donald Trump is genuine, and he actually is about freedom, that he is a real Christian. I want to believe that he's battling the deep state, as they call it. I want to believe all that. However, I can't say I don't believe it totally. I have still not made up my mind. He's the only human being in this world that I know of that I can't come to a final conclusion on. I just can't. And people who have decided, to some people, he's like the Messiah, that's definitely not right. That is completely wrong. He is far from the Messiah, I promise you. He's not Jesus. Jesus is the Messiah. Donald Trump is not. That's the first thing I will say. Donald Trump seems to do some good stuff. A lot of people would definitely agree there. He seems like he's on the side of American patriots, which he's proven pretty good. The problem with trusting Donald Trump 100% is a company known as Palentir. And as soon as he chose J.D. Vance as his running mate, that was an indication that maybe we have something to be concerned with. Because J.D. Vance has very strong ties with Palentir. And then there's another guy named Peter Thiel. Again, Palentir. So what's Palentir? Well, many of you have heard of or have seen the picture of Trump with the Saudis, and they get their hands on this glowing orb sort of thing. That's Palentir. That's Palentir technology. And what does that do? Well, it's artificial intelligence that is used by intelligence agencies for surveillance and gathering information on people, and yeah. No one knows how extreme that technology has become other than the people who own it, right? They sell versions of it to police forces. And hey, okay, let's say they use it and they catch a serial child molester or something, someone doing some real horrible stuff, and they use this technology and they catch them. Okay, good. No one would argue with that. The problem is these things are never used for just that. They're used to go after political enemies. They're used to go after just people they don't like. They could be used to go after anybody at all. So I have definite reservations about trusting Mr. Trump or Mr. Vance. J.D. Vance has proven himself to be highly intelligent. He handles the media extremely well. They seem to be standing up for a lot of the right things. Can't argue with that. But the Bible even tells us that the Antichrist will do just that. The Antichrist will bring peace to the world and blow everybody away, and then he'll show his true colors as the Antichrist. So, I don't know. I'm nervous of this. Like I say, people just want to jump on one side or the other. There's a term called the uniparty. That just basically means that the Democrats and the Republicans are all controlled by the same dragon at the top. And they give you these, as George Carlin said, the illusion of choice. It's an illusion. No matter who you choose, you're probably going to have the same overlord no matter what. So I'm not in a hurry to fully trust. That I left it in the description, a link. If you haven't seen the glowing orb, I think my camera is taking pictures of me right now. You can see that flashing. I think my camera is taking pictures of me right at this moment. The technology is out of hand completely. Every time I make a video, I have to readjust my audio settings. I can make 5 in a row. I'll have to adjust it 3 out of the 5. It's crazy. And then certain days, as soon as I turn the camera on, it starts flashing like it's taking pictures of me. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, this technology, no one knows exactly how intense it is. It's likely very invasive. It's a profiler. It will profile it. It's to detect thought crimes. So there's a link there. If you haven't seen the glowing orb, you got to check that out. It's really weird. And there's one of the Saudi royal families there with his weird look on his face, and they're all touching this thing. And apparently as soon as they touched it, this weird music started to play, and it's really kind of creepy, actually. And it's been compared to something from Lord of the Rings. Sauron, or whatever his name was, had something like this in Lord of the Rings, where he could watch. It's like a crystal ball, basically. You're looking into it, and who knows what it shows you. They could be able to watch people right inside their homes with that thing. I'm not sure what it does. Peter Thiel, he was on Joe Rogan, actually, a while back. There's a guy I don't trust, and Donald Trump has strong ties to him, very strong ties. And Donald Trump has strong ties with Israel, so their intelligence agency is called Mossad, and they're the main ones, I think, that use this. But it's been sold around. That's the thing about these technologies. It's who gets their hands on them that's going to decide how much we got to worry about them. Palentir makes me very, very nervous, and is the reason I can't come to a conclusion on Donald Trump. Whitney Webb, if you've ever heard of her, she's sort of a geeky looking girl, glasses. She's very smart, very thorough. She does excellent journalism, excellent research. Pretty sure she's written a couple books. I've watched her a lot. She's been warning of Palentir since day one, since it existed. So I think she's worth listening to. Whitney Webb, her name is. Check her out. I promise you won't be disappointed. She's been on every podcast. Joe Rogan's the only one she hasn't been on, and there was actually a reason why she didn't go on there, but she's been researching this and warning of Palentir for a long time. I don't trust it. That's what makes me nervous to Donald Trump. He's putting on a good friggin' act if he is fake and he is actually doing evil. Like I say, he's putting on a good act. There is a possibility that him and his associates, like Elon Musk being one of them, because he's got the Neuralink thing. That's another thing that makes me nervous. Neuralink, that's transhumanist stuff. So I thought, is there any possible way that they're not evil with doing all that stuff, like Elon Musk especially? The only thing I can come up with that would suggest possibly they're not is they know that somebody's going to have this technology and use it and implement it. So they figure, well, we better do it because we can do it and not be evil. So we're going to have to be the ones to take care of this. Because if we just leave it to Google and all these other obviously evil entities, it's going to go bad no matter what. That's a possibility. It's one worth looking at. But I don't know. Once you throw Peter Thiel in there, then it doesn't look so good. Does not look so good. Peter Thiel is a problem. These are people who feel morally superior to everyone, and they think they have the right to control everything and be the arbiters of truth, decide what's disinformation, what's actual truth. And they don't have this. All humans have the right to be free, given to us by our Creator, by the Lord. The government does not give you your rights. The government does not let you be free. The Lord insists you are free. He gave you free will. They try to step on that, and the Lord's going to deal with them when it comes time for that. But as humans, God expects us to take care of ourselves and protect ourselves against these authoritarian moral supremacists. They think that they're morally superior. They have all the answers. And I don't trust but one of them, especially anybody who's a billionaire. I don't think you can be a billionaire and still be a good person. I haven't met one yet. So Donald Trump is a billionaire. That's a mark against him right away. I do not trust billionaires, and I recommend you don't either. They're not to be trusted. They've proven over and over they're not to be trusted. Look at Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock. We're going to have to force behaviors. Oh, really? You've decided that you are king of the world, an unelected guy who just happens to have a lot of money because you're corrupt and sneaky and slimy, and you've bullied your way into all this success, kind of like David Rockefeller did with Standard Oil and all that. There's a worthwhile thing to research. How David Rockefeller basically took over the oil industry and what he did, and railways, and it's quite a story. And then he took over the medical profession because he figures he should be the one to make all the decisions about how doctors are trained and what they're allowed to do, what they're not allowed to do. It's just pure arrogance, right? Don't trust billionaires. And remember that Donald Trump is one. He's going to have to prove himself to me yet. I'm watching him every day, just suspicious as can be. Especially with J.D. Vance and Peter Thiel beside him. I don't trust those guys. So check out what Palentir is, if you've never heard of it. Check out the picture of the glowing orb. That is indeed creepy.